Myself, B. Kashinath, working as senior lecturer in Government Polytechnic Sangareddy, working in the branch of Electronics and Communication Engineering. Presently, I am teaching the subject of electronic measuring instruments, and it is in third year, fifth semester, and the subject code is 18 EC 504, and it comes under the elective subject, elective of A EMI, and present topic is signal generators. So in that one, so this is signal generators is and the topic is RF signal generators, importance of shielding. RF signal generators, importance of the shielding. So already we have discussed about the signal generation by the radio frequency, that is radio frequency signal generator. So in this chapter we have first discussed about the importance of the signal generators, what is signal generator, difference of the signal generators and the oscillators, and audio frequency oscillator by which we are generating the sine wave and square wave of audio frequency. And next we have discussed about the next we have discussed about the function generator. In that one we have, that is an instrument which is used to generate the sine wave, square wave, triangular wave and sawtooth wave. And we have discussed about the specifications and applications of the AFO and function generator and front panel controls of the AFO as well. And next we have discussed about the RF signal generator and its specifications and applications of the RF signal generator. And next thing, in this class we are going to discuss about the we have, in the previous class we have discussed about the RF signal generators, how we are generating the RF signal, and applications and specifications of the RF signal generator. So in the RF signal generator, it is an instrument used to generate a RF waves of sinusoidal waves, and it consists of the frequency selector, amplifier, output level meter and calibrated attenuator and output. So in the frequency selector, it is used for frequency selection, frequency ranging and getting the final output of the frequency, and it is given to the amplifier which will further amplifies the signal, and that is displayed on the output level meter. And the function of this output level meter and calibrated attenuator is to, every time whenever we are changing the frequency within the frequency range, that output level meter has to be reset to a calibrated point that will be displayed on the output level meter. And fine, after amplification and the whatever the signal that is coming from the RF signal generator at oscillator and amplifier, given to the calibrated attenuator and amplifier, which will further amplify and attenuates the signal level to limit the amplitude and uh, get the distortion less signal that is displayed on the output level meter. So again we will be having the internal, or we will be having one more switch that is used for either selecting the internal FM or internal AM, or external AM or external FM. So that is anyway, at the oscillator we are using the frequency modulation, that is frequency modulation is attained by the oscillator level. Similarly, at the amplifier layer we are going to attain the amplitude modulated signal. So we are attaching two more additional blocks in the RF signal generator. One is at the oscillator, that is internal or external FM, and at the amplifier, that is internal or external amplitude modulated signal. And every component is shielded, and total RF signal generator is shielded. So what is the importance of shielding? And we are shielding the power line also by decoupling the capacitor methods. So what is the importance of that shielding, we are going to discuss in this today's class. So on completion of this period, you will be able to know about the importance of the shielding and what are the types of shielding that we are having. So what is meant by shielding? Shielding means it is providing the isolation. Shielding means we are providing the isolation among various neighboring circuits to prevent electrical and magnetic interference. So what we are doing by shielding, we are providing the isolation between the adjacent or neighboring components uh, to prevent the electrical or magnetic interference. So in this, if the that is in case of RF audio frequency, there is no such case of radio waves propagation or high frequency propagation or electromagnetic interference like that. But in case of radio frequency signal generator, as we are discussing with the few kilohertz to few megahertz signal we are generating, in that case what happens is electromagnetic interference, that is radiations effects come into place. So that radiation will deteriorate our components within the signal generator, as well as outside environment conditions will also deteriorate our radio frequency signal generator. So in that case what we are going is, we are shielding every component within the RF signal generator, and total RF signal generator will be encapsulated by a shielding. What is shielding? Shielding is nothing but isolation. What we are putting the isolation for every components between every neighboring or adjacent components or circuits to prevent it from the this radiation, that is electromagnetic interference, electrical or magnetical interference. So that is we are calling it as shielding. So types of shielding we are having broadly classified into two types: electrical shielding and magnetic shielding. So shielding is of two types: electric shielding, and one more one is magnetic shielding. So in electric shielding, it is done by surrounding the equipment, surrounding the circuit or apparatus with a electrical hollow conductor. So what we are doing in electrical shielding, whatever the equipment or apparatus is there, we have to surround it with electrical hollow conductor to prevent interference from unwanted electrical disturbances. So to prevent the equipment or apparatus from the unwanted electrical substances, we are placing or we are surrounding the apparatus with an electrical hollow conductor. So this electrical shielding is also provided by one more method. First method is by putting the apparatus in a electrical hollow conductor, or by providing the Faraday cages. So in this one, we are placing the earthed wire screen completely surrounding the apparatus. We are placing what? We are placing the earthed wire screen completely surrounding the apparatus in case of Faraday cage. So electrical shielding is done by either by surrounding the apparatus with an electrical hollow conductor to prevent the interference from unwanted electrical disturbances, or it is also provided by Faraday cage, in which an unearthed wire screen completely surrounding the apparatus. And second one is magnetic shielding, and it is done by the use of shield of high permeability magnetic material. So what we are doing, we are shielding, or we are encapsulating the whatever the apparatus is there, that is shielded by high permeability magnetic material to protect the circuits, devices or other apparatus from the effect of the magnetic fields. So we are using high permeability magnetic material which will protect the devices and other apparatus from the effects of the magnetic fields. So these shields are often used to surround sensitive alternating current measuring instrument to shield them from stray magnetic fields. So stray magnetic fields means unwanted magnetic fields that comes into picture into our component. So these shields are used to surround the sensitive AC measuring instruments. So whatever the measuring instruments that are sensitive alternating current measuring instruments, that are shielded from this stray magnetic fields. So that is the main importance of this, providing the magnetic shielding. So it will shield from the stray magnetic fields. by using of what? High permeability magnetic materials surrounding of the apparatus. So importance of shielding. Why we are going for shielding? To prevent the radio frequency interference between the components. Why we are going for shielding? To prevent the radio frequency interference. That is the, as we are going to the for the radio frequency generation of waves, so there will be interference. So that interference is radio frequency interference. To prevent that radio frequency interference between components, we are going for the shielding. And to prevent the emission of RF energy from any point. This is also important, to prevent the emission of RF energy from any point, and to prevent RF emission on the power line also. So to prevent the emission of RF energy from any point and to prevent the RF emission on the power line also, this shielding will be proves important. So what is the importance of shielding? It prevents the radio frequency interference between the components. So between the components there should not be any radio frequency interference, that is obtained by this shielding. And whatever the emission of RF energy that is not suitable, so to prevent that emission of RF energy from any point and from on the power line also, so that is reduced by the shielding. So in this class you have learned about the how to prevention of the interference and how radiation field is eliminated by the use of this shielding, that may be electrical shielding or magnetic shielding. So how many types of shielding that we are having? Two types. One is electric shielding, another one is magnetic shielding. What are the materials we are using? Used in shielding: silver, copper, aluminium, both copper and aluminium. So we can use copper and aluminium. The option is here D. We can use copper as well as aluminium materials for shielding the equipments of RF signal generators. So what are the frequently asked questions is, what is the importance of shielding in RF signal generator? And we can also ask one more question, what are the types of shielding and how it will prevent the RF signal radiated from the RF signal generator, how it will be prevented. Thank you very much.